The low rent allowed her to quit her full-time job and finish writing her first book, What Papa Told Me, a memoir about her grandfather, a Holocaust survivor. She planned to stay only 1 year, but something happened. Her life got better. It got larger. That was the motivation for her second book, 90 Lessons for Living Large in 90 Square Feet, or more. We're so delighted to have Felice with us this evening to tell us more about the philosophy of how we can live large. Please join me in welcoming Felice Cohen.
Thank you, Allison. I hope we don't meet again for a long time. I'd like to also thank Debbie Boyer for all the emails and helping to put this together as well, and Jen Weiss, the CEO of the Federation, and all of you for inviting me here tonight. It's an honor. You know, in the Talmud it says, "Histafut b'muat," which means being content with less and is considered a Jewish virtue. I lived in 90 square feet for 5 years, so that makes me either the most virtuous person in this room or else the most mature. One of the first questions I'm always asked is, why did you live in 90 square feet? And the answer is simple. The low rent allowed me to quit my stressful full-time job and finish writing my first book, as Allison said, What Papa Told Me, a memoir about my grandfather, a Holocaust survivor. That book was about how he was able to live. My second book was about how I was able to live large. Now, it wasn't my plan to write a book about living in an apartment the size of a Honda Accord. But after a YouTube video of me in that tiny space went viral, I was inundated with media requests, emails from strangers asking for my advice on organizing and decluttering and praising my philosophy of living large in a small space. And also, because it's the internet, proposing marriage. My plan had been to only stay in that tiny space for 1 year. Then I figured I'd get another job in a larger apartment. And I put 77 boxes of stuff into storage, and I know that number because I created an inventory of everything in every box in case I needed something during that year. I've been doing that with clients for years. And then during that year, something happened. My life got larger, it also got better. Now, I grew up on Cape Cod in a huge house, and my bedroom had 2 walk-in closets that together were almost 90 square feet. And for fun, I would take everything out and I'd reorganize it, and I'd get rid of what I didn't want, and I'd put it all back together. I was 10. I had no idea I could or would become a professional organizer. This was just something I loved to do. Well, then I went off to college, and I lived in a small dorm room. For most of us, this is the only time we're ever going to live in a tiny space. And I learned pretty quickly that when you have limited square footage, you have to go up. And so when I didn't feel like studying calculus, which was probably more often than not, I would reorganize the room. And my friends would come over and say, hey, can you come organize my dorm room? And I did in exchange for slices of pizza, because that's what you did in college. But it was also during college I started to write. And I also found at this time a family secret. Turns out my maternal grandmother didn't die of cancer, as I've been told, but she committed suicide. Now, when I found this out, I called the one person who I thought could tell me why, and that was my grandfather. And I called him up and I asked him over the phone, and there was no answer. He had never spoken about her suicide ever before. And I don't know if it was because enough time had passed or because we were so close, but he finally spoke. But in order to tell me why he had to talk about another subject he never spoke about, and that was the Holocaust. And he told me stories about my grandmother being in the Lodz ghetto in Auschwitz and Bergen-Belsen. And I wrote about my grandmother. I was writing for the school paper, and of all the feedback I got, the most significant was from my grandfather, because he finally felt relief having unburdened himself from her secret. And that's when he said to me, I want you to tell my story. I want my children, my grandchildren to know how I survived. Now, this was the only thing my grandfather had ever asked me to do besides eat. So I said, okay. I had no idea at the time it would take me 18 years to complete. that it would become a book, that it would be endorsed by Elie Wiesel and Yad Vashem, that it would sell tens of thousands of copies around the world, be taught in schools, be translated into Polish, Japanese. I was just writing this as a gift for my grandfather. Now, when I graduated from college, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I saw a woman on television who organized apartments in New York City and got paid. And I thought, I can do that in my sleep. So I said, I'm going to move to New York. My uncle said I could live with him in his apartment in the Bronx. I'm going to organize to pay the bills, and my grandfather lives in Brooklyn half the year. I'm going to work on a story. And that's what I did. I did it for a number of years, and it was a great introduction to New York City. I was learning my way around, I was learning how to organize townhouses and brownstones and small apartments. But the biggest lesson I was learning was working with people. I had to get hoarders to get rid of newspaper and elastic bands. I had to get billionaires to get rid of neckties. So I was learning how to motivate people. Never once did I tell them, hey, you have to get rid of that. I was just learning how to get them to see how much better their lives could be without so much clutter. But after a few years of this, the organizing started to take a toll on my body. And I reminded myself of why I had moved to New York, and that was to write. And I got a job at the New York Daily News, and I had a few op-eds published. And then I left to help launch a women's sports magazine and website. And after a few months of this, I loved it. It was my dream job. The dot-com bust hit, and I found myself organizing closets again. But not for long. I got a phone call from the new president of Hunter College. Her husband had been my boss at the Daily News. And she said, after what you did at the newspaper, I want you to come run my office. So at 31, I became chief of staff to a college president. And this job utilized every skill I had. I had a huge staff. I was running an office. I was working 10, 12 hours a day, and I was making a pretty good salary, but I knew it wasn't a job I wanted to do for life. So I was saving almost half of my salary every year. Now, just in case my grandfather thought I forgot what he'd asked me to do, he called me up every once in a while and he'd say, is the house the book? You know, I'm not getting any younger, I want to be here, I should read it. I don't know if I had to explain to you what Jewish guilt sounds like, but I didn't take it as guilt. I took it as motivation, because this was the only thing he'd ever asked me to do, besides eat. So I said, I can't finish this book if I still have this job. I'm going to quit my job. I've been saving money. I could save for 1 year. I thought, I'm going to give myself 1 year to finish this book. And that's where the tiny apartment came in. It was a 5th floor walk-up on the corner of Columbus Avenue and 70th Street. For those who don't know, that's a block from Central Park. It's a few blocks from Lincoln Center and Zabar's and every store you can imagine in Subway. And it was a great apartment, a great location. The only thing, it didn't have a kitchen. It had a mini fridge and a toaster oven. It was 12 feet by 7.5 feet, which means if Michael Jordan were to come over, and I had invited him, he could touch both walls by doing this. But I thought, it's only for a year. I can do this. It's only for a year. Oh yeah, it also had a loft bed. I don't know if you haven't seen the video. So the loft bed had 23 inches from the top of the mattress to the ceiling, which meant I couldn't sit up in bed. I couldn't even lean up on my elbows in bed. But I thought, I slept on top bunks at camp. How bad could it be? Right? Famous last words. The first night, I asked a friend to sleep over. I thought I might roll out and fall out of the loft bed. What did I know? So I said to her, you can sleep on the outside. I was exhausted. I'd been up and down the stairs, moving all day, unpacking. I made the bed. I don't know if any of you have ever made a bed while on it, on your hands and knees. I'm telling you now, I know you have a nice gym here, but you can quit your gym membership. That is a workout. Try it. I'm serious, it's fun. Once it's fun. So I fell right asleep. I slept on the inside. I had no problem. I woke a few hours later, drenched in sweat, having a full-on panic attack. I started screaming, I have to get out of here. I scampered out, I went down the ladder. I don't know how I didn't fall. I missed most of the rungs. And I got down to the bottom and I started pacing, which in that small space was really just walking in a circle. And I said, what was I thinking? I can't do this. And my friend said, calm down, use your yoga breaths. And I said, screw my yoga breaths, I'm gonna get out of here. Eventually I did calm down, and I rolled out a yoga mat on the floor. I wasn't going back up in bed. And I laid down on the yoga mat, and I had to make sure not to hit my head or my foot or my arm on a chair or a wall or the desk or whatever. And my friend dropped down a pillow, and she said, Felice, why did you agree to live here? And without even hesitating, I said to finish writing my grandfather's book. And as soon as I said that, all my anxiety went away. Because I remember the stories my grandfather told me of being in 8 camps, of being hungry for 5 years, of seeing death for 5 years. And I thought, if he could survive that for 5 years, certainly I could do this small space, even though I had forgotten the bed. I could do this. I had a lock on the door, I was safe. I had food in the mini fridge. And after that night, I never had a panic attack again. In fact, that loft became my safe haven from the rest of the city. Now, something happened during that year. My life got better. I had more time to write and go to yoga and to travel. And I still had a few organizing clients. And I could do all the things I wanted to do. And suddenly my happiness went up. My stress went down. And if you can believe it, my savings also went up. Now, I was paying $700 a month for that space, which in New York City is like free. But also, my credit card bills went down. Why? I wasn't buying stuff. Why? I had no place to put it. So at the end of that year, when the woman I was subletting from called and asked if I wanted to stay another year, my plan went out the window. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to change my lifestyle. So I said, yes, I'll stay another year. And the next year, yes, I'll stay another year, and another, and another. Now, every year that I agreed to stay, I went back to storage, and I went through my 77 boxes. And every year I got rid of a few boxes, and at the end of 5 years, I got rid of all 77 boxes. Realizing I hadn't needed or wanted any of that stuff. Now, storage is the billion-dollar industry. We are paying month after month after month for stuff we don't need, we don't want, stuff we don't even remember what's in there. Think of all the people we could feed with that money. Now, during those years in the tiny space, I was writing op-ed for a newspaper, and when they found out I lived in a tiny space, they said, hey, will you write an article about how to organize a tiny space? And I said, sure. And after that article came out, I got an email from a reporter at the New York Post. She wanted to write an article on me and my apartment, and I said, okay. Well, after that, I got an email from a woman who made videos of tiny apartments around the world. She wanted to make a video of my place. I said, okay. And she came one morning, in about an hour and a half, she got all the footage she needed. And I really wasn't paying attention because my grandfather's book was coming out a month later, and I was really busy getting ready for that. And it just so happened, while the videographer was there, the copy of my grandfather's book was up on my computer screen. So a month later, my grandfather's book comes out, and it sold a few hundred copies. Well, that was a few hundred more copies than I ever expected to sell. I never planned to sell one copy. I wrote that as a gift for my grandfather. Well, about a month after that, I get an email from the videographer. My video had 24,000 hits. And I thought, I didn't know my mom had that many friends. Well, about 5 months later, the video landed on the homepage of Yahoo. And in one day, it got almost 1.5 million hits. And from there, it just snowballed. And I started getting media requests from TV stations and newspapers and internet around the world. But in 1 week, I got 3 requests from 3 different German television stations. And that's when I said, wait a second. I had an aha moment. I said to them, you can come interview me, but you have to mention my grandfather's book. And they said, okay, we will. And so after that, the emails I got started to sound like this. I saw your video. I bought your book. Your grandfather is a hero. And these emails were coming from Poland, from Germany, from China, all over the world. And every time I got one of those emails, I would call my grandfather up and I would read it to him, and you could hear him smiling through the phone, for it validated for him that he had survived for a reason. And it also validated his courage for telling me those stories, because surviving it was hell the first time, but retelling it was almost like reliving it. Now, of course, there were many people who saw the video who didn't have so many positive things to say, as we know people on the internet are wont to do. People thought I was nuts. For $700, you could have a huge house in Iowa. That's nice. Maybe one day if I want to live in Iowa, I'll live there. But some people were angry. They were angry, and I didn't understand why. I wasn't telling anybody, hey, live in 90 square feet. I knew better than anyone how challenging that was. So why were people angry? And I think it's because what I was saying about how living smaller, living with less, went against the American dream of living in a huge house filled with stuff. But I grew up the daughter of a bankruptcy attorney. My dad's here with me tonight. He taught us how quickly that dream can turn into a nightmare. Because maybe 1 month the car breaks down, the kids need braces, you can't afford the mortgage. And then the next month, guess what? The bills are still there. So what do? You have to work more to pay for stuff you don't even get to enjoy in your home. So yeah, I can see why people were angry. But for me, what living tiny gave me was so much, and the number one thing it gave me was time. Time to do what I love to do. And one of the things that I did in that time was to write this book about my grandfather, weekends, nights, and I did it without expectations, which is what philanthropy is about. We give without expectations. We grow up learning about tzedakah, bringing tzedakah to Sunday school. These were things instilled in me by my grandfather, by my parents. Now, there was one person I never expected to see the video, and that was the landlord. Turns out he saw me on Good Morning America and saw that my name was different from the name on the lease of the apartment. Turns out the woman subletting it to me wasn't supposed to do that. You get a good deal in New York City, you don't really say anything. So I came home one day and there was a big sign on the door that said eviction. I'm like, I'm a nice Jewish girl from Cape Cod, what do I know from eviction, right? So I called the woman I was subletting from, and she called the landlord. And they said, we're going to double the rent in Felicity's Day. And I said, okay, because $1,400 was still a lot less than what people on the Upper West Side were paying. And I think it took the landlord a day or two to figure that out, because then he said, no, she has to get out. So then we all went down to housing court, which was another fun experience. And we negotiated, and they said I could stay a few more months so I could find another rental. Now, meanwhile, all the places I looked at were larger than 90 square feet, but they were 3 or 4 times what I was paying. And that meant I would have to get another full-time stressful job to pay for space I didn't want or need. And so I was really juggling with that, hoping I didn't have to move out of my neighborhood. Now, meanwhile, my grandfather's book was selling like 1,000 copies a week. And I was suddenly finding myself being asked to speak around the country, talking about my grandfather, talking about the Holocaust. And so during this full court press of looking for a new apartment, I went down to Florida for a week for a bunch of talks. And these were my favorite talks because my grandfather got to speak with me. And I'll never forget the first talk we did. It was at an elementary school to 200 fifth graders. And we were in the front of the room like this, and you could hear a pin drop. And it wasn't easy to understand my grandfather because he was in his 90s. His voice was frail. He also had a thick European accent. But these kids didn't say a word. And when we finished, they ran up to him like he was a rock star. They hugged him, they shook his hand. He was fist bumping. He was getting his photo taken. Now, when we had arrived there, he needed his walker. When we walked out, he floated out of the place. We get to the car, and I'm leaning over him, putting on a seatbelt. He takes my face in his hands. He says, Viola, we did something good. So one night during that trip, we're in his kitchen eating ice cream, and I'm telling him that I'm having a hard time finding a new rental, and he says, buy a place already. I'm going to give you the down payment. So of course, like I'm feeling now, I started crying, getting choked up. He says, sweetheart, you lived in a shoebox, so you could write about my life. Now I want to help you enjoy yours. So I went back to New York, and I started looking at apartments for sale. And the first one I saw, I fell in love with. It was in 2 blocks from a tiny apartment. It was in my neighborhood. It was 5 times bigger than my tiny apartment, which isn't saying much, but it was bright, it was sunny, it had doormen, and I gave an offer and I got it. And a few months later, I moved in. And after the movers left, and after the reporters from the New York Post left, I called my grandfather to thank him. He says, "Buy yourself a nice couch, enjoy your life." I said, "Okay." So I'm in this new place. My friends joke that I wouldn't know what to do with so much space. But one thing I swore I wasn't going to do was fill it with stuff. Because that's not what my life was about anymore. It was about experiences. Now at this point, people were asking me what I was going to write about next. Now I had toyed for years about writing a how-to book on decluttering, but people know how to fold their sweaters. Except for one of my sisters, that's another story. People know how to fold their sweaters. The problem is, why aren't we getting rid of those sweaters when they don't fit, when we no longer want them, when they have a hole in the back, when they're ratty? Why aren't we getting rid of those sweaters? Now, when I work with a client, I am standing in the closet with you, motivating you. I'm not telling you what to get rid of, I'm just helping you see how much better your life could be without that ratty sweater. But before we even touch a thing, I ask my clients a question. What do you love to do? What do you love to do? Then my next question is, why don't you do it more often? And oftentimes, the reason is because of stuff. Stuff gets in the way in our lives 2 ways. One is physically. We have to clean stuff, we have to dust stuff, we have to move stuff to get to other stuff. We have to work to pay for that stuff. And the other way is emotionally. We get overwhelmed, we can't get motivated, we don't know where to begin. And I said, that's the book I want to write. A want-to guide. A book that's going to help you live the life you want to live. Because for me, like my grandfather wanted for me to enjoy my life, I want others to enjoy their lives. With fewer possessions, with fewer just clutter, you have more time to do the things you want to do. And maybe it's work on your goals. Volunteer for the Federation. Just ask Joanna, I bet she has no clutter. Volunteer for so many things. To give back when we don't have to struggle. Now I believe it was the shares that I moved into those 90 square feet. I did so just so I could finish writing that book about my grandfather, and then those 90 square feet did a pretty good marketing job of the book. But it's also given me new careers. I get to speak around the country on decluttering at tiny house festivals, at events like this, in bookstores. I also volunteer and teach an online Zoom class to seniors on decluttering. I had a student last week who was 97. Folks, clutter follows us to the end. I also get to talk about my grandfather. He's been gone 3.5 years. I still am speaking about the Holocaust. I've spoken to over 20,000 students. God willing, I'll speak to another 20,000. I've spoken across the street at Temple Emmanuel 3 times. It is not an easy topic to talk about, but one that is so important, especially today. My grandparents lived through violent experiences in Poland and Germany just to survive and to bring more life into this world. This is the least I can do. Now, I like to end my talks with a simple lesson so that you can go home tonight and start decluttering, even if it's just one thing. And that lesson is I want you to think of the donation box as a helping box. You know, I was so moved. I saw the mitzvah project you're doing, all the women bringing the feminine products in. These are mitzvahs. So if you think of that donation box as a helping box, when you're going through your closet and you have this sweater and you're like, well, maybe I'll wear it. If you think of someone who could really use that, that'll make you feel better, not only cleaning out the clutter, but knowing that your donations are making a difference. Now, the Jewish tradition of giving material to support to people is not charity, it's a requirement. And I remember my rabbi said that when you do a mitzvah, a good deed, you're bringing God down into the world where he lives. Now, I venture to guess he doesn't live in 90 square feet, but wherever God lives, I'm sure it's not cluttered. Thank you.